We
Thank
begin.
you.
Originally, I want to believe most of us in this meeting right now are GS1 members, but we also have people that are not GS1 members already joining us. So allow me walk us through the basics of GS1 Nigeria. Can we all mute our mic, please? Thank you.
Feed the top man.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So to begin with, GS1 is a global standard organization. And GS1, what GS1 does is to collect standard and solution and promote people's business and facilitates business growth through those standards that we collect. There are four important things to note about GS1 Nigeria, which is we are not for profit, we are user driven and governed, we are a global body, and we work as an organization in several countries to like collaborate in order to bring standards to the industry. In GS1 Nigeria here, we have quite a number of staff, and these are their pictures here. So what we do at GS1, as stated earlier, is to help you facilitate your business growth through efficiency, safety, security, and sustainability. There are quite a number of places in which GS1 can come into your business and help your business develop. So we can help you with getting your barcode in place. We can help you with putting EDI. EDI for short means electronic data interchange. We can help you with optimized stock control, increase sales. We can help you deploy electronic invoices and improve return processes and some of the other things listed here. So the key industry GS1 Nigeria serves are the retail industry, marketplaces, healthcare, transport and logistics, and technical industries. The foundation of our architecture is based on identify, capture, and share, as seen here. Then on our management board in GS1, we have Google, Amazon, and some of the companies listed here on the global body. Then it is important to note that presently we are in over 114 local member organizations, like that's 114 different countries. Over 2 million companies use GS1 standards as we speak. Then we have over 1 trillion products carrying our GS1 barcodes, which serves as an advantage to our global acceptability. And we have over 6 billion GS1 barcodes scanned every day. Now, we believe in the way GS1 believes in the power of standards to transform the way we work and live. All right. So quickly, I'll be talking about the GS1 barcode, which is also referred to as Global Trade Identification Number, which is the way you can actually improve your product sales, create unique identification, and get a license to be able to export your product as a manufacturer. So some of the other things the GS1 barcode can also help you with is to make your product globally accessible and allow you to like sell in different retail stores within and outside the country. So what does barcode mean? Barcodes are symbols that can be scanned electronically using laser or camera-based lights. But we are in a more technological advanced century now, and you don't
Hello.
even need, might not need scanner to
Hello.
scan the barcode. You can download mobile apps to
Hello.
scan the barcode. Hello, can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Hello.
Yeah. I think like to mute his mic. There is echo.
Oh, okay, please hold on. Let me. Can we all mute our mic? Okay, thank you. Okay, please, if at any point you are just joining and you have any questions so far, Kindly type your questions in the chat box. It will be attended to. Thank you very much. Okay, so like I was trying to explain, the world is more technologically advanced now, and you might not really need a scanner to scan a barcode. You can actually download mobile apps on the Play Store or the internet to scan your barcodes and review your product information. Okay, so what are barcodes used for? They are used to encode information such as product number, serial number, batch number. Barcode plays a key role in the supply chain, enabling parties like retailers, manufacturers, transport providers, and hospitals to automatically identify and track products as they move through the supply chain. All right, so these are some pictures and examples of the GS1 barcodes that you might see in the market. So basically, when we are talking about GS1 barcodes, there are more than one type of barcode, depending on what the organization is trying to achieve. There are barcodes that enable you sell in retail points. There are barcodes for identifying in logistic units, and there are barcodes that goes on items that are not sold at the retail point. So there are some frequently asked questions when we talk about barcode. People tend to confuse GTIN to barcode. Or is it the same thing? We are going to attend to that. How much does GS1 Nigeria barcode cost? Why don't I see any data when I scan my barcode using a smartphone? Because oftentimes people get GS1 barcodes and they're like, we have been scanning, we are not getting any information. How come? What is happening? Is it that we have been scammed or what? We'll also attend to that question. Then another question that is often asked is there a one-time payment for GS1 barcode? So in the next slide, we are going to attend to all those questions. So here are the answers as promised. What is a GTIN? GTIN, pronounced GEETIN, is the acronym for Global Trade Item Number, and it is the number that uniquely identifies a product and can be found below a barcode symbol. GTIN are used as global standard to identify products. So when you come to GS1 to get a barcode number, what we give you is actually the GTIN. That is the number that uniquely identifies your product. Then what is the barcode? The barcode is actually the black and white bars that are machine readable and will be read by scanners or your application at the point of sale to review the product embedded in your GTIN number. So the cost of barcode number with GS1 depends on how many numbers you are trying to apply for, although our minimum is 10 and can be found on our website, which will be displayed later. So another question that is asked, like I said earlier, is why don't I see data when I scan my barcode using a smartphone? This is a very important question. So the GTIN in a barcode is not automatically linked to any barcode scanning application on the internet. They are simply used to identify your product at various points. So it is very important for you to note that the information embedded in your GTIN is dynamic and related to the retail points or the points where your GTIN will be scanned. So when you collect your GTIN number from GS1 Nigeria and you take it to ShopRite or any retail store, the retail store has an inventory management system that enables them tag your product to the GTIN number and encode their own information relating to the price that they want to sell it. That is why at ShopRite, when your barcode number is scanned, it reveals the price relating to ShopRite's costings and probably not your own costing. But what we have done in GS1 Nigeria is to create a database that stores all the information of your product and display it in a product directory where retailers or users can be able to like view your product and retrieve the information dynamically. So we are going to see that when Mr. David Desi of the IT department comes to like present on the product data hub. Then the last question here is there a one-off payment for GS1 barcodes? So right now, there are no one-off payments for GS1 barcodes. GS1 barcodes are renewed annually as a means of sustaining your barcode numbers. So what is the GTIN breakdown? So the GTIN actually has 1, 2, 3, 4 breakdown as seen in this picture. So the first 3 digits is what identifies the country where the prefix is issued, which in this case is Nigeria. Then the next set of numbers that follow uniquely identifies your company. Then the next number that follows is the item reference, while the very last digit is called the check digit. This is what makes GS1 barcode different from any other regular barcodes that you can actually apply for on the internet. Some of the benefits of GS1 barcodes, which most of us might know already, is that GS1 barcode enables unique identification. GS1 barcodes are used at retail points in the country and outside the country. GS1 barcode numbers are used in marketplaces, online stores like eBay, Amazon, and Jumia, and the likes. Then GS1 barcodes makes it possible for you to not just sell locally, but also sell your products globally. So how do you get a GS1 barcode if you are not a member already? Um, GS1 Nigeria, to get a barcode with us, we have an application called OneSource. Our application is a GTIN issuance management system with over 2,500 manufacturers presently registered and using our barcodes. So our OneSource application helps you as a manufacturer to maintain your GTINs and allocate your GTINs to your products. So what are the benefits of our OneSource and why should you get GTINs from us? One is that we have easy remote access to all your numbers. You can easily download your product data in Excel format, CSV format, PDF, and share with your printers and your trading partners. Another thing you should notice is that our OneSource is integrated with a product directory platform to enable consumers and retailers view your product information and contact you directly. Then our OneSource application is password protected and managed by our team of developers here. So your numbers are safe and you can always log in whenever you need to and get your numbers. So you can get your barcode numbers with GS1 Nigeria in 4 simple steps. Log on to our website, click on apply for barcode, check our pricing list, fill our registration form, upload your file and this required document. Then your barcode numbers will be ready in 3 working days. So after you've gotten your barcode, it is important to know that there are guidelines in order to be able to apply your barcodes properly to your products for unique identification. So what are the simple guidelines? One is that every item takes a GTIN. When there is a language on the package and it is sold in one country, it takes a new GTIN. If you are adding additional language on the package, that is your carton or your design that contains your product, and you are selling in several markets, it is still taking the same GTIN. When you are changing your packaging and there is a major change, maybe your price is actually on your design and you are changing it and it is affecting the change in price, your product will also take a new GTIN. If you are making let's say December is coming now, you are trying to sell your products in and there is a promo and it is affecting the quantity of the products that you are packing due to the promo and all that, it will take a new GTIN. But if you are designing another product and what you are doing is that you are just reducing the price and it is stated on the pack, it will take a new GTIN. Then another very important information that you should note is that trade items modified for seasonal reasons, like I mentioned earlier, will also take a new GTIN. No. Okay, so there are necessary steps in designing the right barcode image, because the barcode image are very sensitive images, and the colors can actually affect them a lot. So if you are not picking the right colors, your barcode will not scan. And in most cases, we've had people spend plenty money, and they've gone ahead to design a lot of packaging, and their barcode images ends up not scanning. So there's actually a formula for that, and the formula is that solid colors must be on the pale colors, not pale colors on solid colors, because the stripes must be the solid color, since that is what the scanners are actually reading. So these are some examples of acceptable colors using the formula that I just gave. As long as your stripes are solid color and the background is the pale color, your barcode will scan. So these are some examples of colors that are acceptable and will scan. So using the formula that I just gave, you can go ahead to, like, say you want to be creative with your barcode images. As long as your solid color is appearing on your pale background, your images will scan. So these are examples of barcode images that will not scan, because these are pale colors on solid background. So these kind of colors are unacceptable. Thank you. So there's also a printing guideline that is important we note. There is something called a quiet zone. Oftentimes, okay, what we do advise is when you are trying to generate your barcode image with your printer, you can actually send your printer down to GS1 Nigeria office in Ikeja here. If you obtain your barcode with us, um to avoid you spending and your barcode images not being designed right. So there's actually something called the quiet zone, which is the white spacing that appears before the black bars. It is important to follow this particular dimension. You can take a screenshot, or better still, like I said earlier, you can actually send your printers down to our office. But in most cases, it is advised that you should place your barcode images exactly the way we gave you without truncating. Okay, so what are the necessary or additional information that you might need to note as a manufacturer? Selecting the right barcode is critical to the success of your barcode implementation plan. But here are some high-level tips as stated here. If you barcode a trade item that will be scanned at the retail point of sale, that is ShopRite and other retail stores, you must use the EAN, which is what we have been preaching since morning. Same thing as the GTIN, that's Global Trade Identification Number. If you are printing a barcode with variable information like serial number, expiry dates, measures, then you need to use the GS1 barcode stated here. Then if you want to print a barcode carrying GTIN on your cartons, like I said earlier when we started, there are some barcodes that are not scanned at the point of sale, but I just used to keep stock or encode information on your products about the number of items in the pack, but will not be scanned at the retail point of sale, maybe for traceability reasons. Then in that case, what you need to use is the ITF14. Then there are other factors to consider, but are not all reviewed in this slide to uh, reduce the timing spent on this training. But if you have any questions so far, you can contact us at training@gs1ng.org or leave your questions in the chat box. Thank you very much. So, Mr. David Udensin, I'll be handing the mic over to him now. So you'll be able to take us through the benefits of using GS1 barcodes on product directory and how it can help you with improving your product visibility on Google. Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Okay, good morning. My name is David Dudensi, and I'm actually very happy, very excited that you all could join today's training. I'm going to briefly take you guys through up. Hello.
Where is the guy's link?
Okay, sorry. I'm going to briefly take you all through our product directory platform, and we're going to be talking about how that product directory platform can enhance your search engine optimization on platforms like Google, Bing, and the rest. And more importantly, how the product directory platform helps your product get from move from your hand to the hand of the retailer or the distributor, and so on. So let's dive straight into it. I'll be sharing my screen now. If at any point you can't hear me, or maybe any breach in communication, just let me know. Can we all see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so let's dive straight in. What is the product directory platform? Now, the product directory platform is an online platform that we built, GS1 Nigeria built, that helps make your products visible to a wide range of consumers, distributors, retailers, and so on. Now, what the product directory platform does is that it takes the product that you've listed from one source, and it showcases it on this particular platform. The platform is free and the platform is global, meaning you can search, consumers can search for your products from anywhere around the world. Retailers can have access to your product anywhere around the world, and also distributors. It's a free platform. You don't pay anything to get on that particular platform, and you can access the platform by going to productdirectory.gs1ng.org. I'm also going to be demonstrating the platform here. Now, what's the aim of building product directory? Well, when one source started, Tayo has talked about one source. We're also going to be saying a lot more about one source. But we discovered that we had manufacturer product data. We had product data, but we wanted to assist in the process of making that product data visible to retailers and distributors. Basically, we wanted to assist in getting your product visible to whoever you want it to be visible to. And so we created the product directory platform as an add-on to the numerous services that we provide already. And so that platform, like I explained, it is public and it is free. So if you list your product on one source, it moves to that platform and it gets visible to the distributors and the wholesalers and the retailers. And eventually it's a step to getting your product, selling your product to the consumer. Obviously, that is the ultimate goal of listing your product or being in business, getting your product from your side to the final consumer. So that's the aim and the objectives of having the product directory platform. Now, just a few statistics about the product directory platform. We launched just, or we went the product directory platform went into full operation just about over a year ago, and so far we've had over 38,000 visits, and growing each day. This number keeps growing. So this shows that many people, the general public, retailers, and so on, are very much interested in getting information about your products and ultimately reaching out to brand owners and manufacturers. The daily average visits to the platform is 100. That's the daily average. So on a daily basis, the platform gets at least 100 hits on the platform. Now, there's what we call connections. Connections mean um, somebody visits the platform and then gets interested, either a retailer or a consumer or a distributor gets interested in a product and then wants to get more information about the product, wants to get in touch with the brand owner or the manufacturer of the product. And so we facilitate that connection. So initially, um, what usually happens is that they contact us and then we then contact you guys, but it became a very laborious process, and so we created what we call the product data hub, which I'm going to be explaining in a very short time. So the product data hub enables the consumer or whoever is visiting that platform to directly contact the brand owner or the manufacturer. So it's, as you can see from the numbers, it is something that is actually growing, and it's growing fast. Many people are becoming aware, retailers are becoming aware of this platform, and they're actually using it to connect to manufacturers and brand owners. Now, what's the process of getting your product to the product directory platform? It is actually very simple. If you've registered on to be a GS1 member, and you've listed your product, that's all you require. You don't require any extra registration to be on product directory. You don't require any extra payment. Like I said, it is free. So once you've listed your products correctly on the one source portal, your product that becomes visible automatically on product directory, and in turn becomes visible to the distributors, the wholesalers, and the retailers, etc. Now, let's now talk about Product Data Hub. Product Data Hub is an initiative, like an offshoot of Product Directory. Now, the product directory is like the broad concept of making your product very visible to retailers and so on. But Product Data Hub now talks about um, um, creating an enablement where these retailers can actually get in contact with you. So from the product directory, retailers should be able to contact the brand owners, should be able to reach out to you guys and say, hey, we saw this product, we need more information about this product, or we want X number of this product in our shelves. And so that's what the product data hub is all about. So some of the benefits is your products easily reach retailers, your products are easily identified and verified. So what this means is, if let's say there's an item that a manufacturer wants to confirm or a consumer wants to confirm, instead of asking a third party that knows absolutely nothing about the product, all the person needs to do is to come to the product directory. The information on the product directory will have been provided directly from you, and so it is trusted. The manufacturer or the retailer rather is getting first-hand information from products from the product directory platform, and so it reduces some of the problems that we face, where retailers either misinterpret products on their shelves, or retailers mislabel products on their shelves, and so on and so forth. And then you now have to go through the hassles of trying to correct what they have on their shelves and so on. So that's one of the benefits. The other benefit is helps combat counterfeiting. So if a manufacturer wants to confirm or verify a particular product, all the manufacturer needs to do, the manufacturer can contact you directly. So if that product is fake or a counterfeit, you can you know, inform the retailer. I'm sure I've been saying manufacturer. You can inform the retailer that that product is actually fake or a counterfeit. So really, really, really sumptuous benefits that you get from product directory. The last one is easy ordering. So I know there is a long process when it comes to getting your items to the likes of ShopRite and so on. But there are so many other retailers out there apart from ShopRite who might be interested in your products but probably don't have your contact. So because this platform is public, they can just come and find you easily. You don't need any extra hurdle to it. So your if you listed your product on one source, your products become visible on product directory, you find out that you have more interactions with retailers that you probably didn't even know exist. Then also one thing I need to point out is that once your product is on product directory, it becomes visible on search engines. Now, the way search engines work is that there's something we call crawling. Crawling is something search engines do. They go through websites, they go through online platforms that are public, and then pick information about the items that they find on the website. Now, since the product directory platform is public, search engines like Google, Bing, and the likes actually visit the product directory platform and then pick information about the items that are found there. So if somebody should type either your product name or the GTIN or the barcode number on Google, should search that product on Google, it gets to Google searches the product directory platform and gets first-hand information about that product and displays. So your products become visible to an even wide range of people who might want information about your product. All right, so let's move on. Now, we've been talking about getting your product on product directory, getting your product visible to retailers and the likes. The most important thing we need to note here is that for your product to get visible, you need to talk about data quality. Now, what is data quality? Data quality just means completeness. How complete is the information you provided with regards to your item? So things like the item name, is it correct? The image, is it legible enough? The label descriptions. I'm going to be picking each of these things one by one and talk about them. But basically, that's what data quality is. The information about your item would not easily get to where it wants to get to if data quality is not considered. And like I said, data quality just means how good is the information you provide, how complete is the information you provide. Now, the way we built the product directory platform, we prioritized based on data quality. So for example, if the item you listed on one source doesn't have an item name or has a wrong item name or something, your item might not be displayed on product directory or might be displayed, down the list. When if you visit, I'm going to illustrate what I mean by down the list. Now, the second one is correct image. Now, we prioritized images because we found out that images are the fastest way retailers and distributors use to identify products. So if you don't have, first of all, you need to have an image at least before we even talk about if the image is legible or accurate. So if you don't have an image of your item will probably not show on product directory or would be down the list. Now, still talking about the images, we've had brand owners or manufacturers that are selling, let's say, a pen, for example, and the picture that is supplied or the image that is supplied is that of a slippers or a shoe. So you see here that the data quality is really poor, even though there is an image, but it doesn't really describe what that item is. So the same here, we go through the items that have been listed, and then we flag which ones have good quality. Now, the other challenge, the other issue we face with item images is the quality of the image. So you might have some people who take pictures maybe with their phones, or you take the image in the night when the environment is not well lighted, and the item image itself is not very clear. So that's one challenge. So let's move on. Then we now talk about accurate label description. I'm going to be showing you some examples of good label descriptions. So some manufacturers just write very basic things, or things that don't really describe the item um, on their label description. When we talk about product listing, you're going to understand this some more. But it's actually very important that you put a description that really describes your product. Usually, we advise that you put things like, in the description, you put things like the name, you put the brand name, you put the measurement. So a good example is something like drinking pure drinking water 50 cl. That makes a very good label description, and then any other thing that you wish to add. Then the other is product category. When you're listing your product on the form, you're going to have a feature where you select the product category. It's important to select the product category that accurately or best describes your item. And then we also have measurements and so on. So these 5 items are what we prioritize data quality on. So as you list, it's very important that you provide these items accurately. There are other attributes that we collect, things like storage, mode of storage, direction of use, and so on. We're going to talk about that much later. So I don't know if we have time. Let me just run through what I have before we actually go into. I just want to show you what it looks like. But let me run through what I have. Or let me quickly show you. Tayo, if I'm permitted, let me use 1 minute to show what it looks like. So I'm going to share my
Go ahead.
screen again. Okay, thank you. All right. So can we still see my screen? Okay, Tayo, can you still see my screen? Okay, I'm going to take silence
Yes, I
as
can. I can.
okay. All right, so this is what the product directory looks like. To access the product directory, you just visit productdirectory.gs1ng.org. You're going to come to this page, and as you can see, these are some products that have been listed. Um, all the products you're seeing here have item images, and as it keeps loading, it will load some more images and some more items, and you see most of them also have item images. You would have to scroll down, or click to some of the last pages before you see an item without an image. So like I explained, we prioritized items with image over items that don't have image. So adding your item image is actually very important. Tayo has mentioned this, but I'm going to emphasize again. We have a free photo studio where you can bring your items to us, and take you can take a very good image of your item for free and then upload here. I also talked about okay, well, let's open an item. Let's see the kind of information that is there. I'm going to break down the information that you're seeing here in a while, in a short time. But this is the kind of information that visitors to this platform see. So I talked about search engine optimization. So this is an example of a product that was searched on Google. And as you can see, the only results that Google provided were that from product directory. So um, it just tells you that Google has actually crawled our sites and have gotten information about this product. So anybody that searches this barcode would find this particular product. So let me go back to my slides and wrap up. Okay, please, if you have any questions, you can put them on the chat box and we'll handle every one of them after the presentation. So let's look at some items. I took screenshots of some items so we can compare and contrast. If you look at this item, averagely, the data quality, I would say the data quality of this item is on the average because it has, as you can see, it has a very good product image, very legible product image that you can identify what the item is, and it also has an accurate product category. But if you look on the description, what we see here, we can't see what size. There's no size here. There is no some other, there's no brand name, for example. Okay, the brand name is down here, but if a visitor visits this site, he can't really tell if it's the 50 grams or the 100 grams. So it's important we add that. Now, some other fields are missing here, like direction of use, storage information, storage instruction. Now, it's optional to add this, but when it comes to data quality, we always advise that you add as much information as is required, because you don't know if that's going to be the the um, the decision maker for a retailer or a distributor. Now you can also see on the right side, uh, the manufacturer information, and there is a button here to contact the manufacturer. So if a retailer or a distributor sees this particular information and clicks on this button, the retailer will be able to send a message or an email directly to the manufacturer, and then you can establish communication with the retailer or the distributor. So let's look at the second item. Now, this particular item scores higher because, as you can see, it has it has 250 grams. It has a very good label description. It also has a very good product categorization and the brand name and direction of use and so on and so forth. The direction of use might not be explicit, but it gives you a good idea of what it's talking about. Then as for the image, as you can see, this image wasn't taken in using our photo studio, but it actually describes, you can identify the item, it captures the item. But what I'm just going to point out here is the description. The GTIN describes just one item, but in the image we have two items. So when taking your image, the images have to be per item, because you're going to confuse the retailer or the distributor. This particular GTIN is talking about the 250 grams, but what I'm saying here is a smaller one and a bigger one. So which one exactly are you talking about? So these are some things that I would like to point out when you're listing. As we go to the listing process, you're going to understand this better. And I've already talked about this, how your product information is displayed on search engines. So that's the end of the presentation. I'm sure we're going to take questions after the entire presentation. Thank you very much. I'm handing over to Tayo.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. David. Thank you for that wonderful session. All right. So I believe we've learned a little bit about the product directory, and we can all think about the opportunity that is wrapped around the product directory and how to take advantage of the GS1 Nigeria photo studio. Okay, so we actually have just 7 minutes more. And as promised before the beginning of the session, I will like to keep to time because the training is meant to be from like 10 to 11. All right. So to simplify things, the product of listing your the process rather, the process of listing your product on the GS1 Nigerian one source has been recorded in a video and has been uploaded on YouTube. So if you permit me, I can quickly extract the YouTube link and paste in the chat box for everybody. Wait while I do that. Okay. Chat. Okay. So the link has been pasted